Have you with us? We are inching our way towards the finish line here in this 2025 regular season. Padres with an opportunity perhaps to clinch a postseason spot as early as this weekend on the south side of Chicago. But first things first, try and win a series from this Met team. And it has been, it looks like just a couple of good teams going at each other the first two games of this series.
Yeah, a lot of offense in the first two games of this series, and the Padres really answering the call in last night's ball game after taking a tough one on the chin the night before. As you mentioned, Manny Machado really set the tone with that grand slam early. The bullpen came in late, did what it does best, and the Padres walked away with a victory and gave themselves a chance to take the series here this afternoon.
Diving into the pitching matchup here today, Randy Vasquez last Thursday at home against Colorado, 6 shutout innings, 4 hits. He had 9 strikeouts. That was a career high. He was absolutely outstanding.
Granted, I know the last 2 starts were against the Rockies, but it's about the efficiency. He threw 77 pitches.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. Then robs you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a pitcher.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give them 10 down. They're good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight.
Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
With cutting-edge care and compassionate support, Palomar Health is here to help you win in health. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare, champions for you. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor.
The We Make It Easy sales event is here. So now's the best time for a great deal on a new Toyota. Choose from the biggest selection of the year with the biggest savings. Drive home the all-hybrid Camry with its striking design, a trail-conquering Tacoma 4x4, or an adventurous RAV4. So hurry into your Toyota dealer. The time to drive home your new Toyota is here. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Now it's easier than ever to find the Toyota that's just right for you at Toyota.com. You can explore our full lineup of vehicles, compare features side by side, search our available inventory, see our latest offers, find a dealer. You can even build, price, and accessorize your Toyota right online. So for your next Toyota car, truck, or SUV, just visit Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Padres look to take the rubber match here this afternoon as they take on the Mets. Let's get you to today's Padre lineup, brought to you by Palomar Health. Recognized as the world's best hospital 7 years in a row.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. Then robs you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless
You're a picture!
Hamul Casino Resort is all yours. The hotel tower with some seriously luxurious suites. The super secret speakeasy. Hey, could you make that too? The indulgent spa retreat. Ah. And the epic rooftop pool in Cabanas. It's all for you at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Book your experience at HamulCasino.com.
Hey, it's Rick from Baja Rick's Cantina in the Gaslamp. San Diego's baseball team is on the home stretch to bringing us a championship. So come on and join the party. Try our new game day specials. We've got a 1-pound TJ hot dog, a bacon cheeseburger quesadilla, or our new Birria grilled cheese sandwich. We've got $10 blowfish margaritas and 32-ounce Coors Light drafts. Our DJ keeps the party going, and when you gotta go, did I mention our new baños? Now, let's play ball on the San Diego Padres Radio Network.
Jonah Tong has begun his warm-up tosses. Let's get you to the Mets lineup, brought to you by Palomar Health. Recognized as the world's best hospital 7 years in a row and is stepping up to the plate to provide you with the best care. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor. Mets 78-74 on the season. Francisco Lindor will lead off. He'll play shortstop. Juan Soto in right field. He'll bat second. Pete Alonso will bat third. He'll play first base. Brandon Nimmo in left field. He'll bat cleanup. Mark Vientos back in the lineup. He'll be the designated hitter. He'll bat fifth. Jeff McNeil at second base. He'll bat sixth. Brett Beatty at third base. He'll bat seventh. Luis Torrens gets to start behind the dish. He'll bat eighth. And Cedric Mullins patrolling center field. He'll bat ninth. On the mound, Jonah Tong, 1-2 with an 8.49 ERA. Jesse?
All right, Tony, thanks very much as Tong takes the mound, trying to bounce back from that terrible, terrible performance on Friday night against the Rangers. I like the way you said it, though. He's a rookie, and pretty much every rookie in Major League history has had a day like that.
Yeah, outside of maybe Paul Skeens or something like that, this is kind of the normal kind of way it goes for rookies.
He will deal with Tatis, Arise, and Machado in the top of the first inning. Tong officially, as you said, 1-2 with an 8.49 ERA. Fourth career start. Looks like Tim Lincecum out there, both the body type and the delivery. And the first pitch to Fernando is low, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, ball one, and we are underway. So, yeah, Friday night against Texas, Tong took the loss. Did not get out of the first inning. Faced all 9 batters, only recorded 2 outs, and they had to take him out. Fastball strike, looked inside, 1-1 to Tatis. He allowed 6 runs on 4 hits. He walked 3 guys, and he threw 40 pitches to those 9 hitters while recording just the 2 outs. 1-1 to Tatis, and Fernando sends one in the air to right field straight away pretty deep. Soto's got room, though, as he backs up. He'll square it up and make the catch. 1 out here in the top of the first inning of this rubber game between the Mets and the Padres. Game time temperature 78 degrees, brought to you by Lineage Watch Company, San Diego's very own watch brand and the official timepiece of the Padres Radio Network. Order yours today at lineagewatchco.com. That's lineagewatchco.com. 1 out, nobody on for Luis Arise. He's hit in 6 straight. Had a little moment with Jonah Tong on the Met bench last night. Fastball strike, 0-1. Arise was chasing down a pop fly from first base over toward the Met dugout. And Tong was on the railing, kind of looked back over his shoulder to track the ball, at which point Luis bopped him on the bill of his cap. Here's the 0-1. And Arise slices it the other way. That's a fair ball up the third baseline. Luis now a 7-game hitting streak with this 1-out single in the top of the first inning. And the Padres have action in the opening frame against Tong. And last night's hero, Manny Machado, stepping up.
Oh, inside-out stroke from Luis. Tried to get the fastball in, and he just carves this baseball just inside that third base line. 1-out single for Luis.
Machado had the grand slam of the 5th inning yesterday. 3 for 5 overall here last night, as the Padres bounced back to beat the Mets 7-4. Rise big lead, not going, and Manny takes a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Machado has gotten hot, 8 for his last 15 with 3 home runs. And as we have seen so many times over the years, when Manny gets going, generally the Padres get going. 0-1 the count. Tong delivers, and Machado out in front of a changeup, bounces it foul left side, 0-2.
4-pitch mix for Tong. 4-seam change, curve, slider, 95, 86, 78, 87 respectively.
After the grand slam, Machado now looking up only at Tony Gwynn, career RBIs as a Padre. Past Dave Winfield last night. Ball low, 1-2. The Rise single, the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Frozen Ropes Travel Ball. Free tryouts are underway for ages 7 to 14 with Coach Kurt and his Frozen Ropes team. Check them out at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. That's SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. 1 out, runner on first, just underway at Citi Field. For the first to check on Rise, he's back with a head-first dive. Luis 11 out of 14 in the stolen base department so far this year. It feels to me like the run game or the stolen base game for the Padres has kind of like waxed and waned at times over the course of the season. Steals seem to come in bursts. 1-2, long pause. Tong delivers, and Machado takes low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Like when you look at their roster, they don't really have the type of roster that's going to covet a lot of bags, but they have a bunch of smart base runners, and so they're going to pick their spots. Often early in the season, you can catch teams kind of slipping, and as the season goes along and you're trying to conserve your body a little bit, I think you got to pick your spots, and I think that's what the Padres have done this year.
2-2 to Machado. Rise not running. Manny swings, fouls it away right side, making Tong work here. The 11 steals for Rise this season are a career high. Fernando's run a bunch, but yeah, outside of that, Machado very good at picking his spots, maybe as good as anybody in the league. And then, guys I think might be running more, have not. Merrill and Cronenworth.
Merrill's dealt with the leg issues throughout the season, a hammy.
Suffered a concussion on a stolen base attempt. Machado takes outside, ball 3. I guess as I kind of step back and look at it, your main point is the thing to keep in mind going forward is that they're really smart about it. So if there's a moment when you need it, they can get it.
You saw it last night from Manny. He took third. The ball happened to get away, but those are the type of bags that you're going to see from Manny, from Luis Arraez. They're going to pick their spots. Toddy's really the only one that, goes.
3-2 with 1 out. We'll see if Arraez runs here with a full count. Tong, long pause. Arraez does go. Manny swings, lines it to deep left field. Nimmo going back. It'll be over his head. Bounces up against the wall. Arraez on his way to third base. Manny's trying for 2. Lindor's relay is in time to get him, and that is the second out here in the first inning. So the Padres, who made a couple of outs on the bases last night that were, suboptimal, make another here. And you know what? You might argue 2 base running mistakes on this play. I think Arraez was deked by Nimmo in left field. Probably running on the play, should have been able to score there, but ends up slowing into third base, and then they catch Manny trying to stretch it into a double. So a runner on third, 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Jackson Merrill. Tong delivers, and Jackson swings and misses. Padre cleanup hitter brought to you by Asgard Energy. Get $2,000 off solar until September 30th and secure the 30% tax credit that ends this year. Save on your energy bill at AsgardEnergy.com. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy, your trusted name in solar. Merrill swings, pops it up. Foul ground in front of the Padre on deck circle left side. Torrens comes over, but it'll be into the second row. And 0-2 on Jackson.
Not sure what happened with Manny. I wasn't quite watching. He's out of the box running. It's just he hit it so hard. And I think in some ways that was the same thing for Luis Arraez. That's a low liner, and the way that Nimmo kind of approached it, it looked like he had a beat on it. Next thing you know, he's kind of looking over his shoulder as it hit the wall.
0-2 to Merrill, cleaning up for the first time in a while here this afternoon. And he takes in the dirt. Torrens able to block it and keep it in front of him. That'll keep Arraez at third base. Jackson's last time hitting fourth was over a month ago, August 17th. Obviously missed some time since then, but Gavin Sheets had been leading off each of the last 9 games. And Mike Schultz sometimes takes barbs from the outside about not changing his lineup. I think he probably makes more adjustments than a lot of people realize. They're just sometimes subtle like this. 1-2 the pitch. And Merrill swings, fouls it off to Ren's mask. It knocks it square off his face. And Luis got knocked down by that one. Still 1-2.
That one got him pretty good. Staggered him.
Where's the old school helmet mask combo, not the hockey mask. And I mean, it knocked the mask straight off of his face.
So you say you want to be a catcher.
Renz will get back behind the dish now. Scoreless game, top of the first inning. Arise at third, 2 down. And Merrill behind 1-2 against Jonah Tong. The right-hander is ready. Pitch on the way. And Merrill swings, pops it up. First base area. Alonso looking for it, but it'll be well into the seats out of play. And still 1-2. Might get a little preview there of this sky this afternoon. Now, we can't see a ton of the sky just because of where the booth is at Citi Field, but it's a very bright blue sky. Doesn't look like a lot of clouds. And you can just see Alonso at first base having some trouble tracking that ball and seeing where it was. File that away. 1-2, swing and a miss. Good curveball and a strikeout from Tong. Then the top of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
And remember, your water should be perfect.
Hey, San Diego, is your roof ready for the 9th inning? At Dana Logsdon Roofing and Solar, we're hitting homeowners with a free roof evaluation. Don't let a leak throw you a curveball. Step up to the plate and schedule now at roofon.com. That's roofon.com.
As Padres fans, we know what makes a great team. That's why I choose the friendly pros at Petco as my home team for my pets' food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, where the pets go.
No scores. Francisco Lindor gets ready to lead off against Randy Vasquez. Talked about it in the open. Randy so good his last couple times out. Both of those starts against the Rockies, so a different kind of challenge here this afternoon. Lindor, switch hitter, batting left-handed, takes a fastball strike. 95 on the inner third, 0-1. Vasquez 6 shutout innings last Thursday against the Rockies at home with a career-high 9 strikeouts. Start before that was at Coors Field, 6 innings. He only allowed 2 runs in the mile-high altitude. But now facing the team with the second most home runs in the National League, and the Mets have hit 8 in the first 2 games of this series. The Apple has been busy. 0-1, missing way up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And you were talking about it in the open. He's just seemed to have been on the attack a lot more the last couple of times out.
Certainly putting hitters away a lot sooner than he was prior to his last stint.
Fouled back 1-2.
And you've heard from Ruben Niebla, you've heard from Ben Fritz. Them really trying to get him to pitch to his strengths, meaning contact. That's when he's at his best, is when he's getting weak contact.
1-2. Lindor swings, pops it foul out of play.
Sometimes Randy has a tendency to get ahead and tries to finish guys, and next thing you know, a couple foul balls, a few missed pitches, and it's a 3-2 count. You're 7-8 pitches deep into the AB.
And this is a guy, in particular Lindor, who can really do that to you. Swings here, bangs it on the ground to first base. O'Hearn has it. He'll bring it himself, nice and routine, and one away. In the bottom of the first inning is another one of those hitters. Comes to bat for the Mets, Juan Soto. Soto hit his 41st home run of the season in last night's game. That ties his career high from a year ago. It was one of 4 solo shots that the Mets hit yesterday against Pivetta and the bullpen. There's an old axiom in baseball, solo homers aren't going to beat you. And last night, that was the case. Soto trying to bunt against the shift, fouls it at third base. And Manny, who's playing probably closer to second than he is to third, is looking over to the dugout like, hey, you guys want me to move over there? And doesn't look like he's going to move. So they'll let Soto try that again if he wants. Certainly preferable to what could be his 42nd home run. Swinging away, and he fouls it back, strike 2.
Asking quickly ahead 0-2 after the bunt attempt and a foul ball. Certainly spoke on it before the game. This is a different type of challenge for Randy here today.
1 out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the first inning. 0-2 to Soto. Vasquez delivers, and Juan takes it down and in, ball 1. You might remember Randy Vasquez made his major league debut against the Padres in May of 2023 at Yankee Stadium. Pitching, obviously, for New York. Here's the 1-2, and Soto takes low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Vasquez, who would coincidentally end up being a part of the Soto trade with the Yankees, gave up the first home run of his career to Juan Soto, who was wearing a Padre uniform at Yankee Stadium. Here's a little number right in front of the plate. Picked up by Fermin. That's a fair ball. Easy throw to first base. And in time, 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. And boy, I don't know if that ball ended up even more than 2 feet in front of home plate.
Couple of weak contact outs here for Vasquez early. He gets to of the Mets' best hitters. Certainly a good sign to start.
Now Pete Alonso, who has not only homered in both games of this series, going 4 for 8, but has homered in 3 straight games. Takes the first pitch right on the outside corner. Good cutter, but Vasquez does not get the call. 1-0 to Alonso, who's now got 36 home runs and 119 RBIs. He's also the Mets' leading hitter at 270. Sends this one in the air to deep center field. He has done it again. Oh, my goodness. Pete Alonso has homered in 4 consecutive games. And he gives the Mets a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. A line drive just to the left of the batter's eye in center field.
4:45, got the breaking ball. And this ball got out in a hurry. 37th of the year, and Mets take an early 1-0 lead.
He is now 5 for 9 in the series with 3 home runs. It is another solo shot, though. First pitch now to Nimmo is swung on and missed, strike 1. Nimmo, 23 home runs and 83 RBIs. Base is empty, 2 outs. Nimmo checks his swing, takes a fastball strike from Vasquez, and Randy ahead now 0-2. Pitch to Nimmo outside, and now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Giant video board in center field is glitching like crazy. It's stuck on the home run graphic right now. And they can't get the balls and the strikes or the score anything up there as Nimmo fouls one behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. We all love the modern entertainment elements, but if you can't get the score or the count up anywhere that you can see it from behind home plate, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, your board is doing you a great injustice at this point.
Swing and a miss. We know that's strike 3, and Nimmo will strike out to end the bottom of the first inning. Pete Alonso's 37th home run of the year, though, has given the Mets a 1-0.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Delivered right to your door. Whether you like reverse osmosis drinking water, spring, sparkling, or high pH water, Culligan of San Diego has it all. Visit sdculligan.com to learn more about Culligan's products and what they can do for your home or business. SD Culligan, water you love.
Top of the second inning at Citi Field in New York City, 1-0 is the Trustin Will score. Mets ahead from Laureano. Another home run last night will lead off for the Padres against Jonah Tong. And a first pitch fastball misses high, 1-0. Pete Alonso, home runs in 4 straight games now, has given the Mets an early lead. 1-0 pitch. Laureano takes a fastball strike. Ball has been jumping here in this series. 14 home runs now combined between the two teams, as we're only in the second inning of Game 3. 1-1 to Laureano, who had one of those home runs, his 24th of the year. And a ground ball foul, 1-2. That ties his career high, and 9 of the 24 have come in a Padre uniform. That is a big, big number coming out of the trade deadline.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal in a Padre uniform. Brings some grit to the middle of the lineup.
1-2, and Tong's fastball is down the middle at the knees, and strike 3 call. Back-to-back Ks for the rookie righty. Merrill swinging down the first. Now Laureano looking to start the second, and 1 out for Gavin Sheets.
Well placed, spotted up heater. Looks like it's headed towards the dirt. All of a sudden it straightens out on you and catches the bottom of the zone for the punching.
1 out, nobody on. Sheets, the big hulking left-handed batter, and he takes a curveball that misses up, 1-0. Gavin sitting on 19 home runs this season, already a career high. A little bit of a slump here as he drops down out of the cleanup spot this afternoon. 1-0 is low. And now 2 balls and no strikes to Sheets. Borderline pitch did not go Tong's way there.
See if Gavin gets loose here, 2-0. See if Tong has enough confidence to go off speed.
Pitch is a fastball and a called strike on the inner third, 2-1. Sheets 0 for 7 in this series. Getting ready to face his old teammates on the south side of Chicago this weekend at what is now called Rate Field. 2-1 pitch, hard hit on the ground, left side, and through the 5.5 hole into left center, and a base hit for Sheets. Got it beyond Beatty and Lindor, both of whom were kind of pinched that way. And Gavin with a 1-out single here in the top of the second inning, his first hit of the series.
Right into the teeth of that shift on the left side. Jesse just mentioned third base pinching that 5.5 hole, as well as Lindor, and he still found a way to bang it through.
No goatee and a base hit for Gavin Sheets.
Take a hike, goatee. Wasn't working for my man Gavin.
Here's O'Hearn. Back in the lineup for the first time in a few days. And he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. O'Hearn got the start on game 1 of the series, 0 for 4. Hitting .267, 16 home runs, 54 RBIs on the full season. Facing Tong for the first time, as everybody is. And a ball low, 1-1. Top of the second brought to you by Sinley Food. Ignite your taste buds with the freshest flavors at Sinley Food. Discover authentic ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard, the Cook's Asian Resource. 1-1 to O'Hearn with Sheets at first, 1 out. Mets lead 1-0, and the pitch is popped foul out of play. Near the Padre dugout on the left side, 1-2 to O'Hearn. Ryan, like Sheets, trying to pull out of his slump a little bit here, 3 for his last 31. Tong ahead of him And now the 1-2 pitch. Check swing and a ball down. They appeal. He didn't go. Third base umpire Chris Siegel gives O'Hearn some new life. And the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good call. And a good job of body control by Ryan O'Hearn. 2-2 the count. Here is the pitch. And O'Hearn gets on top of that curveball, knocks it foul toward the Met dugout on the right side. Count remains 2-2.
O'Hearn making it difficult. 6th pitch of the AB. Got an even 2-2.
Tong is ready. And that fastball is at the knee, strike 3 call. So if you read anything about Jonah Tong, you're going to read about how he looks like Tim Lincecum on the mound. If you read 2 things about Jonah Tong, you're going to read about that fastball. And it is a very, very deceptive-looking pitch to the hitter.
Got a lot of similarities to Tim. See, as hitters start to see him more than once if he has that same effect.
We're on first 2 outs for Cronenworth, and Jake takes a fastball strike. Nice series for Cronenworth. RBI single yesterday, hit the home run here on Tuesday night. Sheets at first. Padres down 1-0 in the top of the 2nd inning, and Cronenworth fouls it away, strike 2. Has hit in 4 straight. He has reached safely in 7 consecutive games. 0-2 from Tong. The right-hander delivers, and Jake gets the curveball, bounces it right to the second baseman, McNeil. Short for the first is in plenty of time, and that's all for the Pods in the top of the 2nd inning. No runs, a hit. Sheets is left on base.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Moniak on the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double.
You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. that's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
For 25% off your first order.
Are you ready to take your baseball skills to the next level? Introducing the Freezy Hitting Membership at Frozen Ropes. For $79 a month, you will get 30 minutes of daily hitting practice at our facility. Don't let your skills freeze up. You can visit us online at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com.
1-0 ball game. Mets ahead. The bottom of the 2nd is brought to you by Symbiotica, the official wellness partner of the San Diego Padres. Take charge of your health with premium supplements. Visit Symbiotica.com.
Randy Vasquez back to work in the bottom of the 2nd. Mets ahead 1-0 on the Alonso homer. They've got Vientos, McNeil, and Beatty. 5, 6, 7 coming up against Vasquez. First pitch to the Met. DH is a fastball, strike 0-1. Vientos starting for the 2nd time in 3 days here this week. Came off the bench yesterday, grounded out as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning, as Robert Suarez collected his 39th save of the year. 0-1 swing and a miss. Good slider running away from Vientos. And the count is 0-2. Vientos in game 1 of the series was 0 for 4. Also had a strikeout and grounded into a double play. 0-2, Vientos lines it right up the middle and beyond the reach of the rise into center field, a base hit. Leadoff knock in the bottom of the second inning. Last night's game really did have an October feel. We were saying it all night. Players were saying it after the game. Mike Schill was talking about it after the game. You had kind of pitching changes that felt like they belonged in a postseason game. You had big-time guys doing big-time things. You had some weirdness, and you had some little things leading to big things in yesterday's game for the Padres. Here's McNeil with Vientos at first, nobody out. And the left-hand hitter takes just a bit outside, ball one. Padres 4-1 against the Mets this year. They have clinched the season series. Sorry, 4-2. No, 4-1. Check swing and a call strike, 1-1.
Been a bit of a rough homestand here for McNeil. 1 for 16 coming into today's ball game. Had the double in game 1 of this series.
0 for 8 against the Rangers, 1 for 8 against the Padres. He takes outside, 2-1. That whole Rangers series was just kind of a nightmare for all of them. Mets, even with the win here in game 1, have dropped 9 out of their last 12 games. Vasquez will step off and reset. McNeil playing late September baseball for the first time in a couple of years. Had a broken wrist last season, missed most of the last month. Lines this one into shallow right field. Fernando coming straight in, and he'll make the catch. So McNeil is out. Vientos back to first base. Another left-handed hitter coming up. That would be Brett Beatty. He's had a big series. 3 for 4 with a double last night, and had a 2-run homer in the first inning on Tuesday. Kind of set the tone for the Met offense here this week.
Yeah, Beatty's been impressive in this series. Really has shown some progress in terms of the type of ABs he's putting together. And it seems like every time he comes up, he's finding barrel.
So since the All-Star break, he's hitting about 300. And, you know, when you're talking about a 25-year-old guy who's really playing his first full Major League season, it's kind of what you're looking for. Get better as it goes along, as you get more comfortable. First pitch to him, and Beatty flinches, but takes a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1.
He's one of the few that had a decent series against the Rangers. 5 for 13 on the homestand. Seems like he's been right in the thick of it here in this Padres series.
Big time. 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, and sharing cleaner, safer, and great tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. 1-1 hit on the ground, foul behind first base coach Antoine Richardson, and now 1-2. Mets with a 1-0 lead, runner on first, 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Padre winning pitcher last night, Adrian Morejon. It was his 12th win of the year. Your stat of the day, that is a new record for a Padre reliever. He had been tied with Butch Metzger and Raleigh Fingers. 1-2, swing and a miss. Vasquez strikes out Beatty. Second of the day for Randy, and now 2 down with former Padre Luis Torrens coming up. No other reliever in baseball this year has more than 9 wins, and Morejon has a dozen, most ever by a Padre reliever.
Well, Randy reaching back to grab 97 on that punch out of Beatty. 2 down here in the second.
Vientos at first, and the number 8 hitter at the dish. Torrens takes a fastball outside, 97 again. 1 ball and no strikes. Torrens came off the IL before yesterday's game. Had a right forearm contusion. Playing today for the first time since September 6th. 1-0 pitch is a strike. Luis started the middle game the two teams played back in San Diego and was 1 for 4 at the dish. Second year as a Met, Torrens stuck as a Rule 5 guy with the Padres all the way back in 2017.
Come a long way. Just being a sponge at that point in his career, now getting some real burn and quality backup in this league.
1-1. Torrens fouls it back behind home plate, strike 2. Padres traded him to Seattle in that 2020 flurry at the deadline. Big deal that brought Austin Nola to San Diego.
Just goes to show you, patience is required for some of these young guys. I mean, Luis was at a point in his career where I don't know that he was capable of having the type of at-bats that he gets now at that point in 17. Fast forward, 8 years later, he's certainly put himself in position to contribute.
Well, outside 2-2. I mean, especially at that position to come up as young and as early as he did. I don't want to call it unfair because he got a great major league opportunity, but you weren't going to see what he was at that point.
Right.
Vientos at first, 2 down, and a broken back grounder. Again, foul behind the first base coach. So still 2-2 to Torrens, who needs a new stick. So he's got Padres, Mariners, Cubs, back to the Mariners, and now his second year as a Met.
Cutter moving away, slices Luis's bat in half. He'll need some new lumber.
Back in the box with a new stick. 2-2 to Torrens. Vasquez set and ready. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to end the second for Vasquez. No runs, a hit, and Vientos.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
$5555. Our office is happy to meet with them at no charge to see if we can help. San Diego's favorite personal injury law firm, Bada Fulkerson.
Don't strike out with game day traffic. Ride the Coaster Train to San Diego Padres games. The Coaster Train runs nearly every hour or less on weekdays, and we add extra trains on game days for the fans. Hit a home run at gonctd.com/Padres.
With 9 games remaining, we'll continue to answer questions from our listeners. And if you have a question for us, go to 973thefansd.com/question to send one in, and we may answer it on the air. Again, that's 973thefansd.com/question.
Freddie Fermin will lead off, top of the third inning. Padres come to bat, trailing the Mets 1-0 here at Citi Field. Jonah Tong, the rookie righty, goes back to work for New York. Made his major league debut against the Marlins end of August. Got the win that day. Since then, a pair of losses. First pitch on the way to Fermin, who homered here on Tuesday night, is swung on and popped up. Behind second base, McNeil on the outfield grass will call off Mullins. And the second baseman makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Tong here in the third. And look, Tong, despite the nightmare outing the other day against the Rangers, he's a real deal prospect. Their number 2 pitching prospect. Most of this season at Double-A Binghamton. In 20 starts in the Eastern League this year, 8-5 with a 1.59 ERA in 20 starts at Double-A. That kind of production will get you promoted, and it did. Here's Fernando, and he takes a fastball strike. They made 2 starts at AAA before the call-up. He went 2-0, did not allow a run. So kind of proved what he needed to prove at the minor league level, and now you might be able to say the real work begins for Jonah Tong. 0-1 in the air, deep down the left field line. Hooking towards the pole. This one is, a foul ball.
Left the changeup up, and it almost cost him dearly.
Kind of figure the Padres are going to ask for a crew chief review here. And unless they have a look that makes it very clear that it was foul. Hard to tell from here.
The call on the field is a foul ball. This is a crew chief review for a potential home run.
Honestly, in our angle, I thought it got around the pole in fair territory, but hard to see. And you just heard Alan Porter making the announcement. The crew chief review is presented by Silver Strand Technology. Ready when the heat is on. Silver Strand Technology, your experts in fire alarm systems. Visit silverstrand.com. And it went foul, but I mean by not very much.
It's back-to-back days where it has been extremely close. And this one, it's hard to tell how close, but it didn't miss by much.
And again, remember, this is not a challenge. So if the call is upheld, the Padres don't lose their challenge. This is a crew chief review. That's how it works on home run boundary calls.
After review, call confirmed, foul ball.
The Soto one against Mason Miller yesterday was unbelievably close. This one, not quite as close, but not close. And we also had the weird one in right field last night for Alvarez that looked like it kind of hit something maybe right behind the top of the fence and then bounced back in play.
I'm still not sure about that one.
Me neither. 0-2, hard hit right behind Tong into center field, and a missile for Tatis. 1-out single here, and the Padres have the potential tying run on board with 1 out for Luis Arraez.
Tati, second time through, almost took Tong deep. Instead, he almost takes his left leg off as he hits a bullet right back through the middle. 1-out knock for Tati. See if the Padres in the second time around start to see Tong a little bit better.
Arraez stands in. Fernando takes his lead. Immediately they throw over. It gets away from Alonso. And there goes Tatis to second base. Boy, you had to figure a potential steal was in play there. And now don't even have to.
Not sure. It looked like Pete just kind of didn't handle this ball well. It wasn't the great throw. And as a matter of fact, it was a poor throw from Tom. That led to the ball getting away from Pete Alonso. And Padres pick up 90 feet on the error from Tom.
Ball didn't get away that far from Alonso, but because Fernando was sliding back in head first, he saw it all the way. He saw where the ball was, and he knew he could easily advance to second base. So here's Arraez, a statue take. That one gets away, goes to the backstop, and Fernando will advance to third. So now 90 feet away with 1 out, and Arraez's job, trailing 1-0, becomes very simple here.
So the Padres get a free 180 feet off of an errant throw and then a wild pitch. Toddy all of a sudden on third base. Luis Arraez at the plate. The Mets will bring the infield in.
Padres down 1-0, but Fernando at third, 1 out. One of the best contact hitters of the last 10 years. 1-0 to Arraez. Here's the pitch from Tong. Swung on and ripped foul over the head of first base coach David Macias. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Kind of predictable there. It feels like Tong wants to go to that changeup in these type of spots, and Luis just a hair out in front. We'll do it again 1-1.
It is, they all say, his best pitch. Throws it to lefties and righties. 1-1. And Arraez takes low. 2 balls and a strike.
Manny Machado lurks on deck.
All 4 Met infielders are in against Arraez. Tatis at third base, 1 out, trailing 1-0 in the third inning. 2-1, the pitch. And Arraez pops it foul out of play, 2-2. Fernando, a 1-out single. Just a rocket up the middle. And second on Tong's throwing error, then to third on a wild pitch. So a little bit of a gift from the 22-year-old starter.
Padres got to capitalize on it, though. Runner on third, less than 2. Got to find a way to get Toddy home.
Tong comes set, looks at Fernando, now the pitch, and Arise takes in the dirt. Smothered that time by Torrens with the catcher's mitt, and a full count, 3-2.
Just alternating fastball change, fastball. By pattern, the changeup is the next pitch coming. We'll see if Tong stays along that same pattern.
Arise waiting on Tong, who takes a very long look in. Now he's set and ready. 3-2 to Arise. Here's the pitch, and Luis fouls it on a line into the netting above the Padre dugout on the left side. Count remains 3-2.
Tried to sneak the heater by Luis there. Haven't seen spin at all in this spot. He's got the curveball and slider. I wonder if he's going to go right back to that changeup here.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Here it comes on 3-2. Arise swings, pops it into left field, not deep. Nimmo coming in. We'll see. Makes the catch. Fernando's on his way. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not in time. Tatis slides in feet first. And for the second time in the last 2 days, Tatis scores on a sac fly that was more pop-up than fly ball. It's a 1-1 game.
Ultimately, you got to force the outfielder to make a good throw. It wasn't a poor throw, but it needed to be perfect. It's a 2-hopper into Torrens, but Fernando Tatis Jr., too quick. They tied this game at 1.
Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it.
Never a doubt it seemed like in Fernando's eyes that he was going to tag.
And he takes eyeball 1. Boy, the one in the first inning yesterday off the bat of Sheets was not deep into center field. I think this one was even more shallow in left field. And Tatis both times able to score pretty easily. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. 1-1 to Machado.
No elite arms in the outfield. That also plays a kind of a factor going into these series. Certainly they go over the arms. And so you know, especially by game 3, who you're testing. Padres taking advantage. And he fouled that ball off his foot or shin. Taking a little more time. Now the training staff's going to come out.
Oh, boy. Ben Fraser is jogging out to the scene, and now Mike Schultz will pop out of the dugout to check on Manny as well.
Holding his knee right now.
All right, so they're going to take a look at Machado. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill. The Padres play here on 97.3 The Fan.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer-engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Padres and Mets tied 1-1 with the bases empty, 2 outs in the 3rd inning. And Manny Machado chatting things over with assistant athletic trainer Ben Fraser. A lot of touching and flexing of the right knee. Manny now taking a couple of practice swings on the grass to the left of home plate. He's going to stay in the game. I don't know that Mike Schultz ever said a word to Machado. He was just kind of observing Manny and Ben. Machado now filling in home plate umpire Alex McKay as to what's going on as they give Tong the opportunity to make a warm-up pitch if he wants, and Manny will get back in the box.
I appreciate Alex's concern. He seemed genuinely concerned about Manny there.
1-1 with 2 outs, nobody on, and a tie game, top 3. Tong delivers, and Machado swings and misses at a fastball, strike 2.
High fuzz, 95. Right at the top of the zone to move the count to 1-2.
Tong looks in over the fanned out glove, now into his windup, kicks and fires, and Manny swings and misses, strike 3. Out of the to go up after a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. That'll end the inning, but the Padres get a run on a hit.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
On the run, sliding grab, and he can't get it. It rolls up the line.
Well, a bloop single and now a bloop double. You see him just slip right off the bat.
Clean up on base number 1.
Lourdes throws the pineapple up the line. What is going on down here? Back in the produce section. that's good.
How about that? Myers went all the way to the 380 mark. He had that in his glove. Wow.
Up, filter cleaning, and system check to keep your AC running strong when you need it most. Looking for a new system? Get a brand new AC installed for as low as $89 a month. Don't wait. Book your maintenance service or new install now at ComfortBros.com. Comfort Bros Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Service that makes Mom proud.
Don't miss the final giveaway of the season, the Luis Ariz bobblehead presented by Quidel. Ortho is limited to the first 40,000 fans in attendance on Monday, September 22nd when the Padres play the Brewers at 6:40. This bobblehead features the back-to-back-to-back batting champion. Visit Padres.com/giveaways.
Ball 1 to Cedric Mullins leading off. Bottom of the third inning. Trusted will score. Padres 1, Mets 1. Mullins, a left-handed hitter against Vasquez. Hits one on the ground through the right side. And for the second straight inning, a leadoff base hit for the Mets. Vasquez able to work around the hit by Vientos in the second. We'll see how it goes here in the third, but it'll be the top of the order. Lindor and Soto coming up next.
Got to keep an eye on Mullins, who can run. 22 bags on the season.
Only been caught 4 times. Lindor will get into the left-handed batter's box. 0 for 1. Grounded it out to O'Hearn at first base. His first time up, and Vasquez immediately checks on Mullins. Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to you by the Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, the official grilling store of the Padres Radio Network. For all your grilling needs, visit them on University Avenue or at thegrillingstoresd.com. First pitch on the way, and Lindor swings and misses strike 1. Mookie Betts, you may have heard, is hot. Now hitting .421 in his last 10 games with 4 homers and 15 RBIs. Dodgers won yesterday, so the Padres still 2 back in the division. And I think the mathematical reality is starting to set in a little bit here. That the Padres' hopes of hosting a wild card series kind of dwindling by the day. Catching the Cubs getting more and more difficult. 0-1 pitch to Lindor is outside. Catching the Dodgers a little bit more realistic, but the cold hard math of it is, even if the Dodgers finish the year going 5-5 in their last 10, the Padres would have to go 8-2 to win the division. Just to kind of give you a sense of how little time there is to make up ground. Lindor hits it hard through the right side. That's a base hit. Mullins going to go first to third as Tatis's throw comes in late. Machado cuts it, flips to second to tag. Oh, not in time. Lindor slid in feet first, just ahead of the tag by Cronenworth. And a great play by Machado to cut that throw because Fernando had no shot to get Mullins at third. So Manny just kind of ran towards the throw and then threw to second base to try and get Lindor, but he slid in just ahead of the tag.
Yeah, that throw's got to go to second base. No shot really ever to get Mullins there. And it was a nice play for Manny to realize that and come get that baseball, but it should have never have gone to third. It should have gone to second base. Instead of first and third, you now have second and third now with Juan Soto coming to the plate.
Big difference. Officially a single for Lindor, goes to second on the throw as Soto takes way inside ball one. So Lindor at second, Mullins at third, and nobody out in a tie game. And again, back to the playoff thing a little bit. Even hearing the Padre players after the game last night, Ruben Niebla's going to come out and chat here. There was a little bit of a sense of, you know what, we kind of had our shot, and we didn't take it. And, you know, it'll be what it'll be. But I don't want to say they're resigned to kind of knowing that they're going to finish where they are, but sort of a realistic understanding that odds are this team will be playing a wild card series at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindownDepot.com.
Dangerous spot here for Randy Vasquez. Couple of singles. Now you're dealing with Juan Soto, and if you have success there, Pete Alonso to follow.
Rafael Devers of the Giants, not hot. 5 for his last 37, no home runs. That's a 10-game slump for Devers. So that's who's hot, who's not. NL West edition, and now back to the here and now at Citi Field. 1-1 game, but the Mets have Lindor at second, Mullins at third, nobody out for Juan Soto. 1-0. Mound visit is over. Vasquez is ready. Here's the pitch. Soto fouls it away. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Padres could clinch a postseason berth as early as Saturday in Chicago. That is, I believe, the first time it would become mathematically possible. But all that dependent on what happens in the Padre games as well as other games. 1-1. Soto hits it on the ground to the right side. That'll get a run home. Arise collects it at second, throws to first in time. RBI ground out Juan Soto as Mullins crosses the plate, and the Mets go back ahead. It's 2-1.
Padres concede the run there. Soto with the ground ball to the right side gives them the lead.
We're going to bring the infield in now with Lindor at third base, one out, and Alonso standing in. And you wonder how much Pete Alonso is going to see to hit here. First pitch coming is way low. Good stop by Fermin to keep that one with him. And ball one. Alonso has homered in 4 consecutive games. Third time he's done that in his career. And obviously all 3 games of this series. Long solo shot in the first inning today. 1-0, and Alonso takes a fastball strike, 1-1.
Pitch there, lane changer. Coming back in to catch the outside corner.
All 4 infielders in, though Manny kind of halfway at third base. Here's the pitch, and Alonso takes low, 2 balls and a strike. Vasquez, of course, expert at inducing ground balls. Mets have gone ahead 2-1, but looking for more. Lindor at third, 1 out. 2 balls and a strike. Vasquez holds. Now he kicks and delivers, and Alonso hits a slow chopper foul at third. Can't even 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Lindor moving on contact there. Alonso fouls it off. Vasquez making some good pitches here as the count moves to 2-2.
Alonso will use the timeout, step out of the box, a couple of those elevated half swings, and now he digs back in. So yeah, if you thought they were going to work around Alonso, maybe set up a ground ball double play, think again. 2-2 to the Mets slugger.
Got to make another good one here, though.
Fermin sets up way outside, and they miss out there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The target that Freddie Fermin just gave Randy Vasquez indicated they did not want to miss over the plate under any circumstances on that pitch.
He's already hit that pitch out to dead center. Didn't want to make that mistake again.
3-2, inside ball 4. Be careful with him. Didn't give in all the way, but tried to go for it. Not the worst walk in the world by any stretch of the imagination. Runners on the corners now for Nimmo. And, wow, that's going to be the day for Randy Vasquez. Wandy Peralta throwing in the Padre bullpen. And Mike Schilt making a purposeful walk out to the mound to make this pitching change. So Vasquez does not get out of the third here this afternoon. Mets have taken a 2-1 lead. They've got...
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
They rob you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a picture.
$444-4299 or visit jwlumber.com. Let's get it started.
Left-hander Wandy Peralta into the game for the Pods. 67th appearance of the year, 6-1 with a 3.27 ERA.
Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Mets have gone back ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. They've got runners on the corners, 1 out. And Brandon Nimmo coming in to face the new pitcher Peralta. Wandy, like Vasquez before him, something of a ground ball master. And certainly that would be the play here if at all possible. Nimmo struck out against Vasquez his first time up and fouls this pitch back into the second deck behind home plate, 0-1. Alonso at first base, Lindor at third, 1 out. Soto an RBI grounder to give the Mets the 2-1 lead. Wandy delivers, and a ground ball just foul at first base. 0-2 now to Nimmo. Vientos waiting on deck, another right-handed hitter.
Good sinker there, bearing in on the hands of Nimmo. He's got some options here ahead 0-2.
Wandy staring into his catcher Fermin. Now he's set. 0-2. Nimmo takes in the dirt. Good block Fermin. He wasn't quite sure where it was, but he kept it right on top of home plate. And so neither runner tried to advance.
Freddie has been phenomenal when it comes to that particular part of his game. Always seemingly in the right spot, technique-wise, to just deaden the ball and keep it right in front.
That's exactly right. It seems like whenever there's a ball in the dirt, it never gets too far away.
He's always seemingly right in front of him, which makes it impossible for you to advance.
1-2 now, and Nimmo swings, hits it in the air, deep to right center. Fernando is back at the wall. It's going to go. A 3-run homer into the bullpen for Nimmo, his 24th of the year. And just like that, the Met lead is 5-1.
Just can't miss with the changeup in that spot. Lefty on left. It's already a pitch that you have to execute away just because of how a left-hander swing really gets through the zone. This ball ends up inner third, and although Nimmo is out in front, he's able to carry it out to right center. 3-run shot. 5-2 game, Mets.
Vientos stands in, having singled his first time. Swings and misses, strike one.
Generally speaking, with the changeup, lefty on left, the plate you just can't miss in. Whether it's down or up to a left-hander, his bat's probably already going to be sped up with the sinker he thrown earlier in that at-bat.
Foul back, strike two to Vientos.
So just a poorly missed location there that led to that 3-run homer.
1 out, nobody on. 5-1 Mets. And a ball outside. 1-2 to Vientos. Big third inning here for the home team.
It's been the long ball. It's been the deciding factor so far. 10 of them for the Mets.
Check swing. They appeal to first. Didn't go. Ball outside. 2-2. 4 home runs on Tuesday for the Mets. 4 home runs yesterday for the Mets, and now 2 already in 3 innings here today. 2-2 to Vientos, tapped foul left side. The battle continues. So the early hook does not work today. You certainly understand where Mike Schilt and Ruben Niebla's head is at. They're managing these games like playoff games. There's really no other way to say it at this point. But now you're going to have to piece it together pretty good the rest of the way as Vientos swings and misses. That is the elusive second out here in the bottom of the third inning. Jeff McNeil will be the batter. (5-1) Mets, 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the third. First pitch to McNeil, lefty to lefty, is low and outside. And 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch here, and McNeil with an ugly swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Mets second baseman, who line to right, his only other time up today. So the book is now officially closed on Randy Vasquez. 2 1/3, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Pitch low to McNeil, 2-1. Vasquez threw 48 pitches, 31 of which were strikes. Gave up the solo shot to Alonso. And obviously a pair of the 4 runs that he was charged with came home on the homer that Peralta allowed. Ball low, and now 3-1 to McNeil.
Said it was a step up in challenge compared to the last 2 lineups he faced, which was the same one.
Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Not quite good enough on this afternoon.
McNeil will use the timeout. Padres back in action tomorrow against the White Sox in Chicago. Before returning home for the last week of the regular season. 3-2, hard hit on a line, and just foul up the first base side. Alan Porter, the first base umpire, kind of crouched down, took a really long look at it, and then threw the arms up. And he's looking over into the dugout just to make sure the Mets aren't going to challenge it, but good job by Porter seeing that one hit the dirt just to the right of the foul line.
Neil really wanted that hit. I mean, he took his helmet off, and it's quite dramatic. They'll have to try again as do it again. 3-2.
On the other side of all of this, some nice run support being supplied for Jonah Tong in his 4th Major League start. Here's the 3-2. McNeil takes inside ball 4. So Wandy has come in and he's allowed a homer, got a strikeout. Now he walks the batter. And Brett Beatty, another left-handed hitter, is going to get in. He will be the 8th Met to bat here in the 3rd. Obviously, nobody throwing in the Padre bullpen. They need Wandy to get at least 1 more out, potentially more here this afternoon.
So got some work to do here. Brett Beatty, it's been hot.
Struck out against Vasquez his first time up. Checks his swing at a ball down. They appeal he went, according to third base umpire Chris Siegel. So So that is strike one from Peralta. Out. 0-1 pitch is way inside. 1-1 to Beatty. In our booth here, we have two TVs. One is showing the Padre telecast with Don and Mud. The other is showing the Met telecast with Gary and Ron. And we keep looking for a replay of the check swing, but they never showed it. Here's a pop-up behind second base. Should be the inning. Cronenworth calling off a rise, and Jake shielding his eyes from the sun, able to make the catch and end this third inning, but the Mets do big damage here.
La sopita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggi, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker.
And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting.
And now he's back to the left side. And a two-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch. It was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Craft beer, sweeping bay views, dinner served 7 nights a week, and San Diego's most underrated happy hour with $1.50 oysters Monday through Friday. Reserve at TomHamsLighthouse.com.
Haven't made an estate plan yet? Don't wait. Go to TrustandWill.com and use promo code BASEBALL for 20% off and free document delivery. Trust and Will is the official Score Update sponsor for all San Diego Odyssey stations and the Padres Radio Network. We're your home team for estate planning.
Top of the fourth inning at Citi Field in Flushing, Queens. And the Trust and Will score 5-1 Mets after a 4-run third inning against Randy Vasquez and Wandy Peralta. And now the Padre offense will try and get to work against Jonah Tong. Scored a run last inning to tie the game at 1, but they got some help. Jackson Merrill to lead it off, struck out his first time. Tong will turn and deal, and Jackson takes high and outside, ball 1. Padres got a one-out single from Fernando last inning. He went to second base on an error by the pitcher Tong, an errant pickoff throw. Then he went to third on a wild pitch, and because of that was able to score on a sac fly. 1-0, Merrill fouls it back. So the Padres took advantage of some assistance last inning, and we'll see what they can do here.
They swung the bat well. Off of Tong, they've got the 4 hits, just haven't been able to kind of put them together.
Another base running miscue in there as well, as Jackson takes outside, 2 balls and a strike. I always wonder when you start to see some things like that with just, this time of year. 2-1, Merrill hits it hard on a line into right field, but almost exactly where Juan Soto was standing. He just reaches back and up to make the catch. Hard hit out number 1 in the top of the fourth inning.
103 off the bat, but right at Juan Soto. Actually had to retreat a little bit. That ball got on him quick.
Ended up snow coning him as he kind of reached all the way out, go-go gadget style at the last moment. 1 out, nobody on for Ramon Laureano. It is 9th home run as a Padre yesterday, and he takes inside ball 1. We were kicking it around during the game last night and be like, boy, that's got to be about as many home runs as anybody has hit with their new team in terms of guys who were traded at the deadline. 1-0 pitch is fouled away right side, and in fact, Eugenio Suarez Traded from Arizona to Seattle, the only guy with more home runs with his new team since the deadline. Suarez, 10 home runs with Seattle. Laureano, 9 with the Padres. 1-1, and a foul ball straight back.
Suarez had to get on a heater to top that, too, because he was struggling there for a bit, but clearly he's picked it up. They're in good company with Suarez, who has 40-plus on the season.
Appreciate Jorge in our media relations department looking that up, because that's one of those things I had no idea. Try to be self-sufficient with the research, but Jorge came through on that one. 1-2 to Laureano. The pitch from Tong is swung on and missed. Got him to chase that high fastball. 5 Ks for Jonah Tong. 2 down, nobody aboard. Top of the fourth, brought to you by Genesis Home Improvement, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. Gavin Sheets will be the batter. He has one of the 4 hits Tong has allowed this afternoon. Singled back in the second inning. 5-1 Mets, 2 outs, nobody on, top of the fourth. Tong delivers, and Sheets lifts up the hands, takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Tong will turn and deliver, and Sheets has to get out of the way as that fastball ran in on him, went all the way to the backstop. Count evens 1-1. Tong wearing number 21 for the Mets, making only his 4th major league start. Canadian kid. All on a strike to Sheets. And Gavin gets the curveball that hits the top of the zone for a strike, 1-2. Max Scherzer wore number 21 when he was a Met. 1-2. Now the pitch. And Sheets swings and fouls it off to Renz. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Doubled up on that curveball.
That one towards the bottom of the zone. Sheets able to get a piece.
Renz taking a beating.
Yeah, he is.
Tong trying to work his first 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And Sheets swings and misses. Strike 3. He will do just that. Jonah Tong has tied his career high 6 strikeouts, and after 3.5, it is the Mets' spot.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Oppo Taco.
I'm gonna guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one. A hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Boomer is the dog. Doesn't he look good? And just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
A little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Dine with some of the best views of the San Diego Bay from their outdoor bayside deck. Lunch Monday through Saturday, dinner 7 days a week, and the most underrated happy hour in the city with $1.50 oysters. Tom Ham's Lighthouse, a San Diego original since 1971. Reservations at tomhamslighthouse.com.
5-1 ball game as we enter the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth is brought to you by Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft and celebrating 100 years of water perfection. Visit EcoWaterSoCal.com. Your water should be perfect.
Torrens, Mullins, and Lindor. 8-9-1 coming up for the Mets. Wandy Peralta back on the mound for the Padres, and his first pitch slider misses high. Ball one to the right-hand hitting catcher. Mets with a 4-run lead after their 4-run third inning. Wandy threw 20 pitches to get 2 outs last inning. Here's a ground ball to the left side, backhanded it short by Cronenworth. The off-balance throw to first is in time. Nicely done by Jake. And 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning, as the Padres very clearly going to ask Wandy to get at least 3 more outs. There's nobody throwing in the Padre bullpen.
Yeah, you make the move to bring him in. I think that's got to be the assumption that you're going to try to get as many outs out of him as you possibly can.
This is empty, 1 out for Mullins. Lefty to lefty against Peralta, and he takes inside 1-0. Mullins singled to begin the rally last inning. Led off with a base hit. Lindor followed with one of his own, and it was kind of off to the races from there. Fastball strike at the knees on the inside corner. Wandy deals, and Mullins with a big swing and a miss. 1-2 now to the Mets center fielder, who is threatening to get his season going offensively here in this series. Had really struggled since the deadline. Talk about Laureano's success coming over from Baltimore. Been kind of an opposite situation for Mullins, also a former Oriole. Pitch high, 2-2, but he's had a really nice showing at the plate here. And one thing that does not slump is that outfield defense. He can go and get it in center.
I've seen that on display really all series. You're right, all of a sudden starting to look a little more comfortable at the plate.
Grounds this one sharply to the right side. Arise scoots in front of it, gets rid of it quickly, and a nice firm throw to first base is in time. 2 down. So now Wandy a chance for the first 1-2-3 inning of the day by a Padre pitcher, although he has to deal with Lindor. We'll turn around to bat right-handed for the first time this afternoon. We mentioned it kind of in passing as the game was going along before the first game of the series, but the national anthem on Tuesday night was performed by Francisco's wife on the violin, and Lindor was standing basically in the on-deck circle with their daughters holding the baby, the 2 other ones, and I mean, I'm sure most people have seen the video by now, but what an impressive display of talent by the family Lindor. Ball outside, 1-0.
Big shoes to fill for those 2 lovely daughters they have.
You can either be a professional athlete like dad or a virtuoso on the violin like mom. Here's a fly ball to left field, carried a little bit, but room for Laureano. And right in front of the warning track, he'll make the catch. Stand to 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning.
Su pita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggie, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
They rob you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Termite steps up to the plate. Our XT2000 Orange Oil treatment kills termites and their eggs on contact. No fumigation and no hassles. It's always a home game when you use Extermite because you don't have to move out or worry about your pets. Get a free termite inspection at 888-253-9981 or xtermite.com.
Top of the Fifth is brought to you by Caskin Coast Premium California Bourbon. Winners of 6 gold medals. Visit them at CaskinCoast.com or ask for it at Baja Rick's before the game.
Ryan O'Hearn leads off top of the 5th inning against the Met rookie Jonah Tong. New York ahead 5-1 in the rubber game of this series. And a first pitch fastball tipped into the catcher's mitt, strike 1. Cronenworth on deck, then Fermin to follow. 7-8-9 for the Padres as Tong looks to finish his second time through. Pitch on the way, and O'Hearn fouls it back. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Hart loosening up in the Padre bullpen, so it looks like Wandy Peralta has done his job for the afternoon in terms of chewing up the 5 outs they wanted him to get. But a short day for Randy Vasquez means bullpen's going to do some work here. 0-2, and O'Hearn hits it in the air foul up the third baseline into the seats. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Beautiful Thursday afternoon here in the city. Game time temperature 78 degrees, clear blue skies. Lovely late summer day in the Big Apple. 0-2, grounded foul at first base. And still no balls, 2 strikes. If you were with us the first 2 nights at all, you heard the airplanes, every 60 seconds or whatever, taking off from LaGuardia. Different story here today. They're now landing this way, not taking off this way. So much quieter. Don't hate that. The 0-2, and O'Hearn, defensive swing, able to foul it back. And continues to battle here against Jonah Tong, who has not really had a long inning yet this afternoon against the Padres. Padres have had a couple of battle at-bats, but he's yet to throw more than 18 pitches in an inning. 0-2, way high to the backstop.
Just a bit up high.
Only Padre run of the day so far, an unearned run. Tong's throwing error and subsequent wild pitch helped set it up. 1-2. Now pitch 7. And O'Hearn swings and misses, strike 3. 7th K of the day for Jonah Tong, a new career high. And 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
You could just see in that entire at-bat, Ryan O'Hearn just wasn't getting a good look at it. I mean, this is 94-95, which is hard, but by all accounts in today's league, that's probably like normal fastball. And all of those heaters just beat Ryan O'Hearn for out number 1.
Cronenworth takes outside.
You mentioned Lincecum, and I remember, and I think I had the most at bats probably off of Lincecum in my career in terms of pitchers I saw, and I just remember how difficult it was initially to get used to that release point and how it got on you. You think an Iron Mike, but at 97, 98, it just was getting on you so quick, and it took a few times before you were able to kind of get the timing of it.
1-1 to Jake is low, 2 balls and a strike. You are correct, by the way. 22 at bats against Lincecum, more than any other pitcher in your career.
So you wonder if a lot of these guys who never saw Lincecum, maybe outside of Manny, are all kind of getting used to seeing this from the young kid.
Foul ball off to Renz again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Typically the Padres have had a lot of success against rookie pitchers. Tonight's a little different, or today a little bit different.
There's also the matter of his fastball in particular, and kind of alluded to this earlier, but he's got a lot of the same metrics Pivetta does on that fastball, where it just doesn't drop as much as you think it's going to on its way to the plate. 2-2. Cronenworth swings and misses, strike 3, another one. And now 4 straight strikeouts for Jonah Tong. He's got 8 on the day. And 2 down in the top of the 5th inning.
You can just see it in O'Hearn as it was almost like he was trying to get a little bit extra longer look at it. But by that time, it was already on him, and Cronenworth experiences the same fate.
The technical term, by the way, for the so-called rising fastball, the induced vertical break. That's what you're talking about with Lincecum, Pivetta, Estrada. Pitch low, 1-0 to Freddie Fermin.
That is the appearance that the ball is actually rising and not coming down like most pitches do.
And, of course, that's not physically possible, but the illusion basically is that it looks like it's rising because it doesn't fall as much as it's supposed to. Pitch is low, 2-0. There was an unbelievably great article about all of that in The Athletic yesterday. Dennis Lynn, among others, working on that. And if you're interested at all in sort of the very modern world of pitching, that article did a really good job of laying it all out. 2-0 to Fermin is taken for a strike. But I imagine if you've never seen a guy, he's got a fastball like that, and he has mechanics like that. That's a tough combo first time around against.
I mean, there's a reason why those type of pitchers with that
swing and a miss, 2-2.
Induced vertical break are coveted, right? You get a guy like Maton who doesn't throw hard but has that same thing. He can be effective. And so now you add 94, 95, 96. Becomes a little bit more difficult.
And, oh, by the way, he's leaning back, coming from a weird angle.
Now, with all that being said, the job is still the job. They got to figure out a way to make it happen.
2-2 in the air, foul out of play. Next Saturday, September 27th, spend your night with the Pods. And after the 5:40 game, you can enjoy post-game fireworks at popular Latin artists. This fireworks show is part of the Hispanic Heritage Weekend celebrations presented by Blue Shield of California. Padres.com/Hispanic Heritage. 2-2, reached for and bounced foul. Opportunity to strike out the side for Jonah Tong here in the fifth inning. Mets have a 5-1 lead. 2 outs, nobody on. And 2-2 on Freddie Fermin. Lorenz given a little extra time there by the home plate umpire, Alex McKay. Now ready to go on 2-2. It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Tong delivers, and Fermin swings, sends it in the air to left center field. Mullins coming on, coming in. He's there, and he makes the catch. Down to 1-2-3, fifth inning. Midway at Citi Field in New York, it's the Mets 5 and the Padres 1 on the Padres.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
The Coaster Train runs nearly every hour or less on weekdays, and extra trains are added on game days for the fans. Let us treat you as the MVP. Join the winning team and score big at GoNCTD.com/Padres. That's GoNCTD.com/Padres.
Bottom of the fifth inning, the Trust and will score the Mets 5. And the Padres 1. New pitcher for San Diego, Kyle Hart, left-hander relieving Wandy Peralta, who got 5 outs, was charged with 1 run on 1 hit. He walked 1, struck out 1, but he did give up the 3-run homer to Brandon Nimmo. Two of those runs belonged to the starter Vasquez, and that is certainly the big swing of the day so far. Mets with a 4-run lead. They've got Soto, Alonso, and Yanimo coming up here against Kyle Hart.
Another 0 required, and then maybe the Padre offense can try to kick it in gear here.
First pitch on the way, lefty to lefty, and Soto fouls it away, 0-1. On to Soto. Hart is set and ready, and Juan scoots back, takes inside. Today's question of the day brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente for all that is you. Amanda in Seattle sends in our question of the day. 1-1. Soto in the air to right center field. That's well struck. Into the gap and up against the wall. Fernando will play the hop, send it in, but Soto cruising into second base with a leadoff double.
Said middle of this lineup is all on heaters right now. And this is a slider that didn't slide. A bullet in the right center. Soto on with a lead double here in the 5th.
The runner on second, nobody out for Alonso, who has homered and walked and scored 2 of the 5 Met runs. Kyle Hart comes set, a look at Soto, now another, and the pitch to Alonso is on the inside corner for a strike. All right, Amanda in Seattle said, I heard recently you guys talking about Yu Darvish throwing a left-handed bullpen session. Has there ever been an amphibious pitcher who uses both hands in a game? Would this be something that you would consider doing? You being Darvish, not you, Tony. 0-1, and Alonso takes outside.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be considering it. Don't know that Darv is. I think he just, has fun with it. I do recall being at Qualcomm when there was a both side pitcher. If I'm not mistaken, it was with Montreal. I'm kind of digging back in the archives here.
Alonso fouls it away, strike 2.
But it's definitely happened, and there are a few on the way in the minor leagues as we speak.
There's one guy, and I don't have his name off the top of my head, who's I think like a real deal prospect.
Yes, out of Mississippi State. I can't remember his name either. Real deal, though.
Pat Venditti did it with some regularity, in the last, 5-7 years. Bounced around a little bit. I think I remember him primarily with the A's. Had the special glove and basically had 2 thumbs. 1-2 to Alonso with Soto at second, no out. 5-1 Mets. And inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, it's an incredible thing to be able to do in its most basic sense. Just to be able to throw well with 2 hands is not something most people can do, but much less pitch.
Put me in that category.
Yeah. Hart will wheel around, watch Soto back to the bag. Juan's been looking jumpy up at second base. Soto's been running this year, 32 steals. Only been caught 3 times, near the top of the National League. Adding that to his bag of tricks here in 2025. 2-2 to Alonso. And now the pickoff play at second base. He is back ahead of the tag from the rise. So both disengagements now used by Hart.
Luis was setting that up for about 2 pitches there. Soto never really got too far off as he slid back in safely.
Some kind of cross-up here with the plate umpire McKay and Alonso. Looks like McKay is almost explaining himself to Alonso. He was saying, okay, I got you. But McKay was kind of forceful about whatever he was saying, and then he brushed off the plate. Either way, 2-2 to the Met first baseman. Hart will deal, and Alonso swings and misses. Strike 3.
Able to rush that sinker up underneath the hands, down in the zone. Gets Alonso over the top for the punch.
Soto still at second base, 1 out. Nimmo, who had the 3-run homer at his last at-bat, will come up. 5-1 Mets here in the 5th as they try and take 2 out of 3. Lefty to lefty against Kyle Hart. Here's the first pitch, and Nimmo swings and misses at a good sweeper. Thanks again to Amanda in Seattle for the question of the day about the ambidextrous pitchers. Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing. 0-1. Nimmo checks and takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Send your question in. All you have to do is go to 973thefansd.com/question. That is the easy part. The hard part is getting your question past Dave Marcus. He takes his editorial responsibilities very seriously. 1-1. And that's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Hart will deal, and Nimmo takes low, 3-1. Soto at second, 1 out. Mets 5, Padres 1 in the 5th. 3-1 from Kyle Hart. And it's fouled back to fill the count, 3-2.
Who's on deck for the Padres in the 6th is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. For the Padres, it's the top of the lineup. Toddy, Arise, Machado coming up in the 6th. That's why the 0 could be really important here.
Wheels around to watch Soto back to the bag. Yeah, they're going to get a third look now at Jonathan. Tong going to be given the opportunity, would appear to finish 6th today. He's done that once in his first 3 starts. 3-2, way outside, and ball 4 to Brandon Nimmo. So 2 on and 1 out for Mark Vientos, a right-handed batter. And Fermin going to go out and chat with Hart. Ruben Niebla going to join the conversation as well. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. Yuki Matsui starting to move around in the Padre bullpen now and loosen up his left arm. Hart has painted himself into a little bit of a corner here with first and second, 1 out. Vientos will bat as the mound visit is broken up by the home plate umpire McKay.
Hart with some serious work to do here. First and second, 1 out. Vientos, who struggled at the plate.
Now to visit over and ready to go. 2 on and 1 out. Hard to look at second base. Now another. Now the pitch. And Vientos swings and misses out in front of a changeup. Strike 1.
Good changeup there. Well located. Vientos out front.
A 1 pitch. Vientos takes, and the splitter missing outside. 1-1 now from Kyle Hart. Been kind of a clunky, ugly game. The Padre offense going to try and do something special here, especially if Hart is able to strand these runners, gets a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Much better splitter there. That one down in the zone, kind of similar to that changeup. Hard ahead, 1-2.
Nemo at first, Soto at second. Pickoff play at second, closer this time, but Soto back in again ahead of the tag from Arai. Hart is set, and the pitch is down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners take their leads at first and second. 2-2 to Vientos. And the pitch is right down the middle. Strike 3 called. Second strikeout of the inning for Kyle Hart. So now 2 on, 2 out, and he'll go lefty to lefty against Jeff McNeil.
Spotted up a good sinker there. Vientos, who saw all soft before that last pitch, was clearly looking soft, frozen on the well-located sinker.
McNeil into the box. Kyle Hart ready. And the first pitch to him is way outside, ball 1. McNeil this afternoon 0 for 1. Lined out to right field in the second inning. Drew a walk in the third.
Hart having some success against the righties in this inning, but the lefties have walked and doubled.
Swing and a miss here, 1-1. Hart will now step off and reset. Ball and a strike on McNeil. Padres have not won a road series anywhere other than Coors Field since the middle of August in San Francisco. Now they have to do some big work today if they're going to win this one. Pitch is a strike, 1-2 to McNeil.
A sweeper, bottom of the zone. It's probably the first one he's been able to locate to the lefty. Gets it down and away. Ahead on McNeil here.
Pitch on the way, and he smacks it foul in the air out of play left side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch coming, and McNeil again pops it up foul out of play behind home plate. And the seats, so another souvenir provided by the Met second baseman. 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-1 is the Met lead. Mets have Nimmo at first and Soto at second, 2 outs. 1-2. Here's the pitch. McNeil fouls it away again, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN-HD1 San Diego.
This is Joe Musgrove. You're listening to Padres Baseball on the Padres Radio Network.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer, engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. 5-1 Mets. They are threatening for more. 2-on-2 out in the fifth. 1-2 to Jeff McNeil. Soto takes off. The pitch grounded slowly to the right side. Arise charges it, has it, and a throw to first in time to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 guys left on base, and after 5 innings...
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuña Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, el béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
We're a homeowner. As a certified Fleetwood dealer, we bring you premium brands, plus expert advice and genuine support. Never pressure. From start to finish, our seamless service helps you create a stunning home with perfect windows and doors. Visit OceanViewDoorsAndWindows.com to get started today.
Top of the 6th inning, and the Padres will have the top of the order coming up against a new Met pitcher, the former Giant right-hander Tyler Rogers. Not Taylor, who was once a Padre, but Tyler. And we'll see if Fernando, Arise, and Machado can get something doing here, down 5-1. Jonah Tong goes 5. He allowed 1 unearned run on 4 hits. No walks, 8 strikeouts, which was a career high. And he'll turn it over to the sidewinding right-hander who misses way outside ball 1. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Pitch is low, but called a strike. 1-1 to Tatis. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today.
Padres have seen a lot of Tyler Rogers while he was a Giant.
Fernando lines one into right center. Mullins had him played well. He's there to make the catch. And a hard hit out, number 1, in the top of the 6th inning.
Right on the screws, but right at Mullins for out number 1.
Tatis had hit him really well over the years, smacked that one nicely, but nothing to show for it. Now Luis Arise, 0 for 3 in his career against Rogers. Productive afternoon for Luis, singled in the first inning, had the sac fly in the third. That tied the game 1-1. But the Mets got 4 in the bottom of that inning. They lead 5-1, and Arise takes right down the middle for a strike. Padre power has ticked up as of late. We'll see if that continues here against the Met bullpen. Arise smacks one bird right to third, and Beatty down to a knee makes the catch, 2 away. Visit America's #1 ballpark and go behind the scenes with a Petco Park tour presented by Bubs at the ballpark. Pre-game tours unlock early admission to the yard, and the VIP tour gets you on the field for batting practice. Learn more and book your tour today at Padres.com/tour. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Manny Machado takes inside. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Manny 1 out of 2 with a single on the afternoon. The 1-0 pitch. And Machado, a slow chopper to third base, charged by Beatty, gobbles it up, gets rid of it on the run, and the throw is in time. Then to 1-2-3, top of the 6th for Tyler Rogers. After 5.5.
This has been a transformative season for you, Pisces, and you can hardly recognize the player who stepped onto the diamond in spring training. You've pushed yourself to play with unprecedented strength, and everyone's taken notice of your phenomenal growth since spring. You'll continue to improve if you keep believing in yourself and follow your intuition wherever it takes you on the field.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
Expensive. With Trust and Will, you can take care of everything online.
No lawyer visits, no overwhelming feelings, just peace of mind at a price you can actually afford.
Get it done today. It only takes an inning or two. Visit trustandwill.com and use code BASEBALL for 20% off services. That's trustandwill.com, code BASEBALL.
Sixth inning, the Trust and Will score is the Mets 5 and the Padres 1. Beatty, Torrens, and Mullins. 7-9 coming up against a new Padre pitcher, left-hander Yuki Matsui, third straight lefty used by Mike Schilt after Randy Vasquez started this game. Takes over for Kyle Hart, who navigated his way to a scoreless fifth. Matsui to Beatty, lefty to lefty, and first pitch swinging, he fouls it back, strike one. Hart gave up a lead double and a one-out walk last inning, but able to work around all the traffic and keep the Mets where they are in the run column. Padres, for the moment at least, are kind of hanging around, but not showing much offensively here this afternoon. Jonah Tong went 5. Tyler Rogers just had kind of an easy breezy top of the sixth inning, and now down to their final 9 outs offensively. 0-1 to Beatty. Matsui delivers, and Beatty takes a strike on the inside edge, 0-2. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, official mental health partner of the Padres radio network, offering TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to lift the fog of depression and restore clarity. Visit KMGpsychiatry.com. Foul ball caught for Mean pretty good. He is hopping around back there. And the count still 0-2 on Beatty. That'll give us a moment to go over some of the scores here. Padres 2 back of the Dodgers in the West. LA will begin a 4-game series against the Giants tonight in Los Angeles at 7:10 Pacific time. Yamamoto and Webb. So a fun pitching matchup on paper at Chavez Ravine here tonight. We're there tonight. Giants and Reds begin the day 2 back of the Mets for the final wild card. Arizona 1.5 back. They are off today. 0-2 to Beatty. Matsui deals, and a broken back grounder right to Machado, who's basically at shortstop. And Manny will throw him out, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reds will host the Cubs later today. Cubs 5 ahead of the Padres for the top wild card spot. So again, and you don't ever want to sound defeatist, but I do think the reality is settling in a little bit that odds are Padres are going to play that wild card series on the north side of Chicago. Best of 3 to see who advances to the division series. Not locked in stone by any means, but certainly heading that way. And Torrens takes a fastball strike, 0-1.
Certainly the schedule will play itself out, but it does look as though that's the way it's lining up.
Oh, and 1. And Torrens grounds it right to the shortstop, Cronenworth. Jake collects it. Plenty of time with Torrens running, and he throws him out 2 away. Over on the American League side, Tigers start the day 4.5 up on the Guardians in the Central. That's a 1-1 game in the 7th inning right now between those 2 teams. The Astros are off today, jumped back over Seattle into first place last night. And the Mariners are playing a day game in Kansas City. Seattle up 1-0 in the 4th inning. So that AL West has turned into something of a hopscotch affair between the Mariners and the Astros. Here's Mullins taking high ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning here in New York. 5-1 is the Met lead. Padre offense been very, very quiet this afternoon. Looks like the lefty Brooks Raley is throwing in the Met bullpen. One and 0. Eventually. Now the pitch. And Mullins takes a little bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Mullins 1 out of 2 with a single and a run scored. He was aboard to begin that 3rd inning rally. Scored the go-ahead run on a Soto RBI ground out. 2 batters after that, a 3-run homer from Nimmo. 2-0 pitch, and Mullins takes a strike. Mullins swings here, pops it up, foul ground third base. A lot of space. Manny over towards the dugout railing. He's got room, and he'll reach out to make the catch. And into 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th inning for Yuki Matsui. And to the 7th at Citi Field in New York, Mets 5, Padres 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey, player.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Security gates to video surveillance and advanced building entry systems, we are committed to protecting every area of your property. We pride ourselves on our A+ BBB ratings 20 years in a row. That's the confidence and trust our clients place in us.
Top of the 7th is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. For all that is you.
Padres will come to bat, trailing the Mets 5-1. Second reliever used by New York here this afternoon after Jonah Tong went 5. Tyler Rogers, a 1-2-3 6th inning, and now the lefty Brooks Raley is on to throw for the first time in this series. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. So top of the 7th inning, Trustin will score. Mets 5, Padres 1. Merrill, Laureano, and Sheets against the veteran left-hander. And a first pitch fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Jackson looking to reach for the first time today. Swings and misses at a cutter. And now behind, no balls and 2 strikes on Raley. Merrill facing Raley for the first time in his career. Left-hander is staring in. Now out of the wind, he delivers and misses way outside. Mets went ahead 1-0 in the first inning today on a Pete Alonso homer. Another Pete Alonso homer. Padres tied it in the 3rd. 1-2 is fouled back. An unearned run that they kind of scratched and clawed for. And then the big 3-run homer by Nimmo in the 3rd inning. Really the difference in this game. Padres have not had anything cooking offensively since that 3rd inning. 1-2 the pitch. And Merrill sends it in the air to left field, not deep at all. Nimmo kind of started back. Now he jogs in and towards the line and over to the line. Right in fair territory, makes the catch at the last second, 1 away.
Padre offense been it's been stagnant. Had some good strokes early in the ball game, but it has been pretty quiet really since the 3rd.
Haven't had a hit since Fernando's single in the 3rd inning. They had 4 hits in the first 3 innings, but none since. Laureano takes a strike on the outside edge. 0-1 from the 37-year-old lefty. Raley, we've seen him over the years. The Cubs, the Reds, the Astros, Tampa. 0-1, grounded foul at third. 0-2 on Laureano, who struck out both times against Jonah Tong. The Met rookie, career high 8 strikeouts this afternoon in his 4th career start. Mets got him out of there with the possibility of a win as Laureano takes outside, and certainly some psychology at play there after the start that he had the other day against the Rangers.
Yeah, you have a young guy that doesn't get out of the first and has a pretty successful day through 5. You want to build on that. Probably why he came out of the game when he did.
Way inside Laureano. And now 2-2. One out, nobody on. Top of the 7th inning. Padres trail the Mets 5-1. Pitch to Laureano, fouled straight back on a line. And the count remains 2-2. Tickets are on sale now for WWE Survivor Series at Petco Park. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind WWE event coming to San Diego November 29th. That's a Saturday. Secure your tickets at Padres.com/WWE. 2-2 to Laureano, and a hard hit liner foul the other way. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Laureano hit a home run in the 9th inning yesterday. Big one, kind of an add-on run for the Pods in the eventual 7-4 win. Pitch here on the ground sharply, right to Lindor at short. Gobbles it up, gets rid of it, and throws him out 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Next home run for Laureano, whenever it comes, will be a new career high. Gavin Sheets, lefty to lefty, takes a first pitch cutter for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Raley working quickly, comes in, nearly clipped him on the elbow. Gavin had to step back out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sheets. It was 1 for 2 with a single. The 1-1 pitch is in the air out to deep left field. Nimmo's going back. He's on the warning track. He's got room, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Padres go 1-2-3 for the 4th.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a pitcher.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee. It was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
We use our own D-Limonite orange oil, a people, pet, and environmentally friendly solution that lets you stay home and breathe easily. No chemicals, no tent, no moving out. Plus, as Class B general contractors, we inspect, treat, and repair termite damage, all backed by a full structural warranty. Protect your home the natural way. Schedule a free inspection at eliminatetermite.com or call 619-334-0051.
Hit up MLBshop.com for the largest and latest selections of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories to keep you in the game all year long. Gear up. Game on at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of your San Diego Padres.
Top of the order for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th inning. Francisco Lindor will lead off against the new Padre pitcher, Ron Marinaccio, first righty out of the bullpen today for the Padres. They've used Peralta, Hart, and Matsui, 3 of their 4 left-handed relievers. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Lindor 1 out of 3 with a single and a run scored. Switch hitter batting left-handed against the former Yankee Marinaccio. And a fastball a little bit high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Marinaccio grew up not too far from here. Toms River, New Jersey, down on the shore. 1-0 to Lindor. And the pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strike. 5-1 Mets in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rubber game of this 3-game series, next to last road series of this season for the Padres. Pick it up tomorrow night against the White Sox in Chicago. Ball in the dirt, 3-0. Marinaccio's gotten a little bit more opportunity as of late, and he's done a very, very nice job.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball pretty well, I would say. And the opportunities he's been given, not a whole bunch of high leverage spots, but nonetheless has thrown the ball well. Although he does start this inning off with a walk here.
And this is inside of Lindor, a 4-pitch walk to begin this inning. Not exactly a recipe for success. And now Soto will come to bat, 1 out of 3 with a double and an RBI ground out. 7th inning stretch was brought to you by Bulkhead Energy, built by heroes for heroes. The go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. Soto takes outside. 5 straight misses from Marinaccio. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Soto 3 out of 12 in the series with a home run last night. Mentioned the double today. Takes down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. And now Fermin is going to go out and visit with Marinaccio, who has come out of the bullpen and thrown 6 consecutive balls.
See if he can get him back on track here. As you mentioned, 6 straight balls. And it doesn't get any easier. Juan Soto at the plate now, followed by Pete Alonso.
I saw Marinaccio Friday night at home against Colorado. Did really good work in long relief. 2-0, and Soto takes way inside ball 3. He threw 3 shutout innings in what was a 4-2 loss to the Rockies. 3 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. He was very efficient and really helped stabilize things after J.P. Sears came out of that game. Gave the Padres a chance at a comeback. 3-0 the pitch, and Soto takes a fastball strike. See if that locks him back in. 3-1 now on Soto. Lindor, huge lead at first base, not running. And a 3-1 pitch on a line into right field. That's down into base hit. Second knock of the day for Juan Soto. Lindor will go first to third as Tatis Stroh comes into second base this time. And now runners on the corners, nobody out for Pete Alonso.
They fall behind 3-1. To a guy like Soto, you're asking for trouble. It's a fastball just kind of running away. Soto still barrels it up. Lindor goes first to third. Now Pete Alonso to the plate.
It is 37th home run of the season back in the first inning. Now 120 RBIs on the year. Another wildly productive offensive season for Pete Alonso. First pitch, in the air, foul, out of play right side, 0-1. The top 3 home run seasons in Met history now all belong to Alonso. 53 home runs his rookie year, 46 home runs 2 years ago, and now 41 home runs in rain. Go to first, and Soto is back. Excuse me, Soto's got 42 now, so he's got the third most in Mets single-season history. Nonetheless, the Mets have shown off the long ball here this week. Alonso taps one foul at the plate, strike 2. They have hit 10 home runs in the 3-game series.
Their power has been on display.
You know, generally you get this late in the season, right? And you look at all the numbers and the stats, and if the team says there's something, they probably are.
No doubt. There's a bunch of something in this Mets lineup.
Soto and Lindor lead at the corners. Soto's basically halfway to second base, doesn't run. Pitch outside, snap throw, not in time. He was there for Soto if he wanted it, but he didn't take it.
Ron Marinaccio held on just long enough to throw off the timing. So he ended up staying put.
Soto, the first 40-30 guy in Met history. Pitch to Alonso in the air, deep but foul up the left field line. Still 1-2. Soto, 41 home runs, 32 stolen bases. He is at first. Lindor is at third. Nobody out. 1-2 to Alonso. There goes Soto. Pitch is swung on. Fouled back out of play, and Soto will head back to first base.
Huge jump. With 2 strikes. Alonso has to protect, fouls it off. We'll do it again.
One and two. Soto stays this time, and it might have been a pitch out. Either way, ball outside, 2-2. Marinaccio comes set and ready. 2-2 to Alonso in the air. Foul out of play right side. Marinaccio being made to work here by Pete Alonso.
I'll tell you what, for as much as the Mets may have been struggling, it certainly doesn't seem like the offense has been struggling.
Yeah, I mean, during that 8-game losing streak, they blew a lot of leads. They got out ahead early, much like they did today, but the bullpen couldn't hold the line. Go to first to check on Soto. He's back without a tag from O'Hearn. And, hey, to their credit, the Met bullpen in this series has done the job. Obviously, they had the piggyback game on Tuesday, but Padres did most of their damage against the starter Peterson yesterday. And just the one unearned run today. Soto goes. Alonso muscles it in the air to right field. Fernando backing up towards the corner. He'll make the catch. Lindor tagging on his way home. He will score a sacrifice fly, and the Mets add on at 6-1.
Padres deked Soto there, but the ball was just in the air too long. Toddy's throw a little bit late to double Soto off. Lindor, meanwhile, tags from third, pushes the lead to 6-1.
Soto at first, 1 out for Nimmo, who had the 3-run homer in the third inning that made it 5-1. Fouls this one away. Mets have just scored for the first time since that inning. Padres don't have a hit since that inning at the top of the third. Oh, and 1 to Nimmo. Soto takes off. Pitch is outside. Fermin's throw is a seed, but just late. Got a huge jump. And Juan Soto continues to steal bases here in 2025. That is his 33rd of the season.
Fermin has been trying to warn Marinaccio from home plate, just kind of pointing towards first to keep an eye. And another basically momentum jump for Soto as he steals another bag.
And you knew it was coming. Still couldn't stop it. Swing and a miss, 1-2 to Nimmo. So a guy in scoring position now for the Met left fielder as they try to add on a little bit more. 1-2 the pitch. Nimmo takes, and right at the knees, that strike 3 call. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Soto at second base. Vientos will be the batter. Mets lead it 6-1. Vientos 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of strikeouts. Takes, and just a little bit low with that sweeper. Ball 1 from Marinaccio. Vientos DHing 2 of the 3 games against the Padres here this week. Waits on the 1-0, now the pitch. And Vientos pops it up, foul ground first base. O'Hearn racing over to the Met dugout, but it will be just out of his reach. Kind of stuck the glove in. Pete Alonso was standing there and unable to make the catch. And I tell you what, Alonso did not really get out of the way there.
He ate some leather because of that. I think that's what O'Hearn was kind of maybe apologizing back. He put his glove right on his face accidentally as he was trying to come in. And yeah, typically those guys in the other dugout don't move.
Pitch is fouled at the plate, strike 2. Soto at second, 2 outs, and a run in for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2 to Vientos is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Marinaccio to end the 7th inning, but the Mets do add on 1 run.
Sopita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggi, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Okay. Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days October 7th and 8th.
It's O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Up to $100 in bonus rewards available at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
6-1 ball game as we enter the 8th. Hey, Padre fans, just like you, my pets are family. That's why I trust Petco for the food they love and the services they need to stay happy and healthy, all at great prices. Petco, where the pets go.
Padres will come to bat, not only trailing by 5, but looking to get something going offensively for the first time since the 3rd inning. 14 straight Padre hitters have been retired by Tong and Rogers and Raley, and now they pass the baton to Gregory Soto, who will face pinch hitter Jose Iglesias. Iglesias hitting for O'Hearn, and a first pitch fastball outside, 1-0. Rayleigh a 1-2-3 seventh, and now the left-hander Soto. Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Fastball strike, 1-1 to Iglesias. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. Iglesias 85 wildly successful games with the Mets a year ago. Hit .337 for these guys. Pitch is fouled back to the net, strike 2. Started at shortstop in last night's game. 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. His only action of the series to this point. Cronenworth on deck for Mean after that as the Padres try and rally against a guy who has had some struggles as of late. But a pretty big hill to climb here down to the last 6 outs. 1-2, and Iglesias pops it up. And a very shallow right field. McNeil goes back, and the second baseman will make the catch, 1 away. Time for our next game preview, but a reminder the party starts before the game on the Coaster Train. Join the winning team. Buy your Coaster Train tickets to Padre games and score big at GoNCTD.com/Padres. On the road on the south side tomorrow. 6:40 local, 4:40 Pacific, as the Padres open up the final road series of the year against the White Sox. Cronenworth takes the first pitch strike. See at 4:40 tomorrow, 4:10 on Saturday, and then 11:10 on Sunday morning. Oh, 0-1 the pitch. Cronenworth hits it hard on the ground off of Soto. It rolls out towards shortstop, picked up by Beatty, and he'll just hold on to it. The infield hit for Jake Cronenworth, who literally gets a hit off of Gregory Soto.
It looked like it was in and out of the glove of Soto. Kind of redirected towards shortstop. No one there. Gotta come check on Soto, make sure he's all right.
He looks, at the moment at least, more annoyed than anything else. Showing them his left foot, kind of pointing to the side of his left foot. Got the manager out there, an athletic trainer, the pitching coach has just arrived, but they're going to leave, not even make him do the warm-up toss.
That was a kick save in a Butte. Off the foot. Lead-off single for Jake Cronenworth.
So that ends a stretch of 15 in a row put down by Met pitching. First Padre hit since the 3rd inning, and it comes with 1 out here in the 8th. 6-1 Mets. Shadows just starting to creep in behind home plate as Fermin goes after the first pitch, sends it in the air to center field. Mullins a little bit into the right center gap, will reach up to make the catch. Out number 2. Cronenworth back to first base. And top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. Soto worked the 7th inning last night. Part of the 7th inning last night. Gave up a base hit to Laureano, walked Iglesias, but was kind of able to negotiate his way around trouble. Padres down by 5, runner on first, 2 outs in the 8th inning. And Tatis hits a ground ball. That goes off of Soto into right field. Cronenworth is going to go first to third, and Fernando aboard for the 2nd time this inning. Target practice pays off, and a hit for Tatis.
Yeah, taking aim at Gregory Soto for the 2nd time this inning. He's got one off his foot. This one, he tried the around the back catch. Ends up deflecting it into right field. 1st and 3rd now for Luis Arraez.
The first time he looked like, it might have hurt a little bit. This time he was just annoyed. And threw his arms up in the air like, really?
He's had 2 PFP chances there and has not come up with either.
So runners on the quarters, 2 outs for Arraez. And if Luis reaches, this will get very interesting. First pitch came up and in, nearly hit him. And Arraez had to spin all the way out of the way, ball 1.
I don't know how this ball missed him, but it did nonetheless.
And you know what? That left knee for Luis is acting up on him again. I don't know if the foot got stuck when he kind of spun and bailed out, but You know, as Manny says, by day 2 of spring training, nobody is 100%. So you can only imagine what it feels like in September. But Arise kind of hobbling around after that. Pitch here is a strike, 1-1. Manny's knee forced him to take a pretty long moment for himself during an at-bat earlier today. First and third, 2 outs, the 1-1. And Arise takes low ball 2. The sheer physical grind of this season is unlike anything else in sports. Tatis and Cronenworth take their leads, the 2-1, and a chopper back to the mound. This time, Soto has got it. Underhand flip to first in time. That will end the game. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 guys left on base.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Contractor or a homeowner. As a certified Fleetwood dealer, we bring you premium brands, plus expert advice and genuine support. Never pressure. From start to finish, our seamless service helps you create a stunning home with perfect windows and doors. Visit OceanViewDoorsAndWindows.com to get started today.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Trustin will score. The Mets 6 and the Padres 1. And back to the bullpen for San Diego. Bradley Rodriguez is on to throw the 5th different reliever used here this afternoon. Takes over for Ron Marinaccio, who threw 26 pitches in the 7th inning. Marinaccio allowed a run on a hit with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. Padres make some defensive adjustments after Iglesias hit for O'Hearn. Jose stays in to play short. Cronenworth slides to second, and Arise slides to first as McNeil takes low ball 1 from Rodriguez. Mets on the precipice of taking 2 out of 3. It's got to feel good for them after finally snapping that 8-game losing streak on Sunday. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. They will stay at home and host the Nationals here this weekend. Padres, as you know, off to Chicago to play the White Sox tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. McNeil 0 for 2 with a walk on the day. Swings here and pops it up. Foul ground up the left field line. That'll go just into the seats. And now 1-2. Brett Beatty on deck. Luis Torrens after that against Bradley Rodriguez, who's pitching for the 2nd time in this series. He got the final 4 outs of the game in the loss on Tuesday. One and 2 to McNeil. Rodriguez delivers, and McNeil again pops it up. Left field line, long run. Laureano not going to get there, and it drops down in foul territory right up against the side wall. So still 1-2 on McNeil. Randy Vasquez started for the Padres, did not get out of the third inning. And for the second straight game, I guess, I think it's fair to say Mike Schilt made a pitching change that a little bit different than one we might have seen earlier in the year.
I think he was virtually just trying to salvage that inning and prevent it from the damage from being further. We know now that Wandy Peralta would come in and surrender the 3-run homer, so it ultimately didn't matter.
1-2 to McNeil. And that's on a line into left center field, but Jackson Merrill is there. And he makes the catch. A hard hit out, number 1, in the bottom of the 8th inning with Beatty coming up. Huáscar Brazoban warming up in the Met bullpen, the veteran right-hander. Padres will have Machado, Merrill, Goriano to try and start something in the top of the 9th inning. Here's Beatty 0 for 3. First pitch swinging, and he tips it into Fermin's mitt, strike 1. No balls and a strike, and a swing and a miss. 0-2 to Brett Beatty. McNeil back into the box. Ragley Rodriguez ready to pitch, and Beatty takes in the dirt. A reminder to stay tuned. The Jamul Casino Resort post-game show with Sam is coming up immediately following the game. One and 2 to Beatty. Rodriguez deals and misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ragley getting to cut his teeth here at the big league level. An opportunity to get some innings under his belt here.
2-2, and Beatty pops it foul out of play. Padre offense, a very, very quiet afternoon. We had seen the power tick up lately. Coming into today, the Pods had homered in 7 consecutive games. First time this year they've been able to say that, but unless they homer in the 9th inning, that streak will come to an end today. 2-2. Beatty swings and misses. Strike 3. Good changeup from Rodriguez. And 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning.
As you just finished mentioning, Padres' 4th most homers since August 27th. So the homers certainly have started to have an uptick, but it hasn't necessarily come with some of the rest of the Padres' strengths on offense.
Yesterday was a really good example of it all working.
Exactly. Got the power. You had to grind out at bats, which is a specialty for this offense when they're right. Really none of it here today.
Pitch is outside, ball 1 to Luis Torrens. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom 8. 6-1 Mets. Topper foul left side, and the count evens 1-1. If, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but if the playoffs started today, Padres would go to Wrigley for the wild card. Winner of that best of 3 would then take the bus up to Milwaukee to begin the division series against the Brewers. Slow grounder to third, Manny's got it. And with Torrens running, he takes his time, makes a perfect throw across the diamond. And Ragley Rodriguez, a nice 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th inning.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
For free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Top of the ninth inning at Citi Field in New York. The Trustin will score. The Mets 6 and the Padres 1. And it'll be the New York closer, Edwin Diaz, coming out in a non-save situation to face Machado, Merrill, and Laureano. Diaz last worked on Sunday in their win over the Rangers through a scoreless ninth inning. The Mets would walk it off on the Alonso homer in the 10th. On Saturday against Texas, though, gave up a run on 3 hits and ended up being charged with the loss. As a 5-run cushion here this afternoon. And as the trumpets blare at Citi Field, Edwin Diaz will get to work on the heart of the Padre batting order.
3, 4, 5. Machado, Merrill, Laureano.
And he 2 for 7 against him in his career with a couple of singles and a walk. And Diaz's first pitch is a fastball in at 97 miles an hour, ball 1. Only Padre run of the day, an unearned run on a pop-up sac fly in the 3rd inning. Machado fouls this one back 1-1. Jonah Tong started. He went 5. Rogers the 6th. Raley the 7th. Soto the 8th. And now Diaz working the 9th inning. Diaz ready, the 1-1. And way inside. Manny had to get the hands out of the way. It goes to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Feels like we've seen more balls to the backstop today than the last week combined. Two and 1 to Machado. Diaz delivers, and Manny takes high, ball 3.
Messed up with the slider there. When he does have issues, it's usually command.
3-1 to Machado. And he takes, and at the top of the zone, a called strike. Machado thought it was ball 4. He threw his bat all the way to the on-deck area. Started to undo the Velcro on his elbow guard, and then had to go get his bat from Jackson Merrill. Looked like the right call.
Yep.
And now the 3-2. Manny swings and misses, strike 3. Now to go after that slider running away. And 1 down in the top of the 9th inning.
That is how he wanted to execute the previous slider. Down and away. It's Manny to chase.
So here's Jackson Merrill, who has very memorably faced Edwin Diaz. Hit a walk-off homer against him at Petco last season, the only at-bat he's ever had against Edwin Diaz. Jackson takes way up and away. Fastball missing at 97. Merrill hit 2 walk-off home runs as a rookie. Edwin Diaz and Mason Miller, his victims. Swing and a miss, 1-1. One out, nobody on in the 9th, and Merrill swings and misses, strike 2.
Loading up with the gas. Rolling the last 2 fastballs right by Jackson.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got another one past him. Back-to-back Ks for Diaz to begin the 9th. Ramon Laureano coming up. Padres will see old friend Will Venable and his Chicago White Sox this weekend. That's something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails, not a boring seltzer. Available at smilespirits.com, keg and bottle, or swing by Baja Rick's before the game and enjoy Smile Spirits before first pitch. Smile Spirits, making San Diego smile. 6-1 Mets, 2 outs, nobody on in the 9th, and Laureano takes inside ball 1. Edwin Diaz ready, the pitch. And Laureano pops it up foul into the seats behind home plate. Count is even, 1-1. Here is the 1-1. Laureano flinches and takes, I guess, high. 2 balls and a strike. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but like the borderline one to Manny, it was a little bit awkward, and then he also had Laureano kind of moving around in front of the plate umpire. Maybe hard to see. 2-1 heater, and that's pushed foul on a line right side. 2-2 now on Ramon Laureano. And what remains of a crowd of 38,127 in New York comes to its feet. Six-1 Mets with 2 outs in the ninth. 2-2 to Laureano. The pitch from Diaz swung on and popped up. Left side of the infield, the third baseman Beatty looking for it, and just to the right of the bag, he'll make the catch. Then a 1-2-3 ninth inning as the Mets take 2 out of 3 here this week and send the Padres to Chicago for the final 3 road games of the 2025 regular season. Final score here this afternoon, the Mets 6 and the Padres 1. Take a break, come back, give you some final thoughts and the totals on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey player, the all-new Jamul Casino Resort is all yours. The hotel tower with some seriously luxurious suites. The super secret speakeasy. Hey, could you make that too? The indulgent spa retreat. Ah. And the epic rooftop pool in Cabanas. It's all for you at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Book your experience at JamulCasino.com.
Say it's carpet fine. Come on down, come on.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.